Yeah, that's like dick in my ear. Anyways, are you that one person in the stream?
Huh?
Are you that one person in the stream?
Not yet.
Okay, I don't know who this is.
Hello, peoples.
Okay,
Okay, now I'm here.
okay. Anyone say anything yet?
No.
That's weird. Somebody just came and left. Anyways.
Would there happen to be a Mrs. O. McDonald had a Barnes in the stream?
Alright.
My bitch senses are tingling.
Alright, so I'm in the middle of a trial, you know. Basically what this game is, you're a lawyer, defense attorney, and you gotta basically prove that your client is innocent, aka the defendant. Okay, so this thing is it's like most text, so like, should I read out the text myself or should I just let it go by itself?
Doesn't matter really. Could be
Alrighty.
either.
Alright then. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. I'd like you to be more specific about the events at 15 p.m. Okay, not a problem, pal. We got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Ow! This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. You sound like you're about to laugh.
I chuckled.
A wooden box. That's right.
Wow, that's quite a position to die in. Goals, anyway.
Oh, hey Paul. The victim
They
must have been
exposed me.
carrying, and when he was killed, he didn't get bent over. He got slumped.
It's me, I'm sorry, that's me.
You're a man?
I'm disguised as a man.
You're a tranny? Carrying the box, huh?
No, sir.
It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. Also, hey Ajax. So, how y'all two doing? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? Break the lock, dumbass! There's really no chance, so I might as well ask some questions. About the lock, about the contents. That's about the contents. Do you mind telling us what was inside the box? Well, when we
First
found the
of all, I
box,
don't know who you calling a man. Watch your mouth.
it
I'll
was
slap
locked.
you with my teddy. Left or right.
Please don't.
No, cause don't play with me.
Nah, I'ma fuck with you.
Man.
Ha. Well, when we found the box,
I'll
it was
pull a
locked.
Kishi on you and throw my ass in your face.
Ew. That sounds nasty.
Yeah.
Shit really smells like musty farts or some shit. Anyways, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. Now her voice just changed when she wears Timbs. Ha. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box. I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Yo, what's funny? What is... Bro, you literally sound like a spray bottle. Nigga, what the...
Okay.
What was so funny?
The way he died, anyway. If I ever get sent to court, don't.
There are worse ways to die. Like fire exposure up the ass.
I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. Yo. Oh my god, I'm going to jail. Okay, anyway.
According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that there's something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. Magic. Ho ho ho. I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. Give me that little bottle of pepper. Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. I'm not even at the stand yet. Obviously. Well, that's due to you being slow and able to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Calmer, call you in as witness. I'd like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if the Trilo will show up in the stand as well. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Trilo Quist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me. The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with the song. But from me. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence. Decided by a judge, dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you had the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order, order, I demand to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting testimony. Ouch! You won't get anyone trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed. What you witnessed. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took my magic boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading toward the scene. You sure of that? Without a doubt, he had on his Hellcat cloak and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think I'll get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why's that? Yes, here's absolute proof. A silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belonged to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. She takes a bow. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay, I guess she's the boss again today. Alright, time to do my thing. Okay, no. Oh, let me look at my evidence. Alright, here's my evidence. Hold it! You're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic. I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to kneeling over for good. Keeling over, whatever. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Then what happened? Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza. Why at the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in a nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. Hold it! Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing that sort of snobby three-piece setup? Get up. Snobby three-piece get up? Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Not just three-piece get up. Could you be any more dense altogether? No. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. You're the only one heading up. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. He was the only person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense, and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story. Let me see. Is there something I miss here? That's kind of weird. I mean, if Max was following the prosecutor or whatever, or the boss, then the boss should have been with Max. What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't that seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else did you suppose this witness could have seen? This new. That's the victim? That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Obviously the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went. And that is that according to the defendant? A likely story. That Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room. Why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean, clown. Hmm. 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 Hold it. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose I would have been around... Hey, what time was it? Huh? I think it was around... I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand out in that weather. Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you just believe that we just stand outside in the weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone. What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix, right? We can all do without your offhanded theories. Objection. But this is witness. He's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something. Mr. Wright? Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold like that? I know who. Why? I don't want to... I didn't want to do that, you asshole. You were waiting for Regina. Wow. Wow. Just doing me dirty. Mother... Go back. Hold it. Blah, 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 blah. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. What? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares what I was waiting for that? Who I was waiting for that night? What was important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well, well, well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent a lot of time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Ah! That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the... Ow! There's absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for the real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Don't volunteer things! Mr. Quest, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? She's 16. What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
Oh my god.
That the matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're not the judge. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now I have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Lies. That's a lie. I smell cap. You were going to propose? You? A puppet? Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. Where's your penis? Anyways. I guess you're right. Just because I'm an old... This doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her. Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. She's 16! Okay, Mr. Wright. Please continue with your cross-examination. Sigh. What's with all that sigh? What was with that sigh at the end? Why is that the question you asked? I'm just surprised I smell cap. I smell cap. Right here. I still have it in your pocket? Hold it. So you're still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not going to give it up that easily. Alright. Man says he has it. He has the ring, but I have it right here. Huh? Bullshit. Wow. So I guess I gotta press more. Hold it. What exactly did you plan on giving her? You know exactly what I was gonna give to her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement? Ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of the chairs. Mr. Phoenix White joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. It's just because what it looks like is about the last shot at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. Who is the lady with the slave whip? That's Von Karma. Well, Francesca Von Karma. Ow! I advise you to cut this argument short. I thought I agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about this engagement ring, I like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. An engagement ring? Uh-huh, it's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina's gonna love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. Hold on. First, let me save. Yes. Okay, it's not on this one. Alright. Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course! What a stupid question! You gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off? I'm sorry. Really. You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Really? It was a present. So you went out to the lodging house to give it to her? That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but the uppity snob kept getting in the way. Uppity snob? He couldn't be talking about me, Maximilian Galacticum. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his wood block in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. So what about this present? In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. Now can I present? Yes. Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh, looks like they're going to double team me now. Pause. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine! Give it back! Dave! Dave! Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Gotcha. What's going on here? That's Ben, say something! Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money? Like a bank vault? Ha! That filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money is really a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then, Money likes to grab the shiniest things that he can and find and gather them up. Shiny. What you got, bro? What you got? Nigga, what is that? What you eating? The hell? Nemo.
Huh?
What are you eating?
I'm not eating nothing.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
I hear something in your mouth.
No.
Are there cookies?
No.
I'll just leave that alone. Anyways. Shiny things.
I like shiny things.
Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Oh, details? I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after a man showed up at the plaza. Megabytes? The hell are those? Lol. Ouch. Well, it was stolen. Okay.
Meh.
Right about when you saw this defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Ouch. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what it has to do with that. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilo Quist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I checked after that ring-snatching monkey money. But you weren't able to catch up with them, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. Bro, that sounds delicious. You probably didn't like it because it had ranch on him. Anyways, while he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Chicken no ranch. It's not Cool Ranch Doritos. It's just ranch on chicken. You just don't like it. You just don't like ranch. You know, because you're weird. Nah, I'm just playing. But seriously, who doesn't like ranch? That's indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? Tastes like chicken. It does taste like chicken. There's also an added flavor of ranch. There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testifies to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance in the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after the Money the monkey. God. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It's entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this village ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. Well, the witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense argument does hold water. The witness does have a history of animosity toward the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night. Ha! I told you so many times. You think you know my story is not changing. You already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it will change some more. What? Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we had to keep after him. Yeah. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. Okay. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm actually sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake with someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that Money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. The Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see. I'd say it about, I suppose, 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Got you. And you still going to jail. Hold it. So you saw Max coming out of that big top that night? Of course that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. Or what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that the practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to brain the surgeon to know around what time it was that I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it? Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. It was 10:10 p.m. Yes, that sounds about right. Sounds alright because that's the time when I saw Max on the scene. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night? I just enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trio. You say good evening at night. Yes, she just hit me with a whip. I'm sorry, Trio. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist's act outside of the courtroom. Impossible! A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand. Ah, that hurt! Maybe you should think of having some proof before lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. But I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. Alright. Well, this is a broken bottle. Max broke this over Ben's head. Because, you know, they were fighting over Regina. So, boom! Yeah, I got the Carfax. Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. Ah! That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Isn't that an admission of assault and battery? Shut up! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There was absolutely no way they would have suddenly became cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet would... This Lou was just up and say good evening to his rival. Go on! Are you saying that this witness is lying? That he's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? It's my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who we said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That's why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world? You... Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening, then? I think I know who. And some other witness. You will agree. Must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor, it's not Regina. It was Regina. She would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh yeah, I suppose you have a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? I thought I got it wrong for a second. You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? Well, answer the question, Mr. Quest. Ah! Ah! Order! Order! How do you respond to this? Wait a second! Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximian Galactica. I think it is a high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quest obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is to identify exactly who that person was. Was it Maximian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster? One Mr. Russell Berry. The prosecuting argues that it was the defendant the witness saw that night. The witness was clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols? Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Ow! Yes, yes, we know. The silk hat, the cloak, and white roses. A silk hat and a cloak? Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, do you really know it was Maximian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Ms. Von Karma? Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, if that's the case, then it is possible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes! I think you finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right? What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Nani? Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing, that there is no one other than Maximian Galactica responsible for this crime. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare the next witness. Court is now on recess. Ha! I love that sound so much. And yes, I will save my progress.
Hey.
Just talking to myself. Don't mind me. So, you enjoying this case so far?
I don't know what's going on. I'm lost. I mean, I think that little puppet person is guilty. I don't know. I'm not
Whoa.
good, of course.
Well, it's not the puppet. Anyway.
Wow.
You'll see eventually.
Okay.
Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because we would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes. When I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That is a fabulously possible possibility. Okay, we're showing a god. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Wow, this faggot may actually have a point. Wow, Max, I never thought of such a thing. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure about what to be when I grew up. Magician or president? You had no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Like a fabulous pussy. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Also, I know who the killer is, but I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. I want y'all to feel the surprise, you know? Ms. Montgomery, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well, I'll now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? The clown. Why does he just call him a pitiful clown? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, I was on the playground. Okay. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court about his speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited for this court, sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? But a couple clowns were up with no good and started making trouble in my neighborhood. Your name? Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 the day of the murder. Correct? Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walk into this plaza. Without the humor, please. Okay. Poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. Thank God. Damn, look like a fucking kid's meal.
I want a kid's meal.
Face ass.
They better give me my fucking yogurt.
Yeah, so you can slurp it all the way down.
Exactly. Swallowing all 2020, like.
I know. It's okay. You're not the first freak we dealt with. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. Damn, you suck. Also, what's with those Mr. Popo lips? Man, you got them nigga lips going, but you're white. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Still won't ever laugh at my jokes. I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even try to come up with the jokes just for today. He's just light-skinned. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? Nigga, that's the wrong testimony. Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you, I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Then I'm the murderer. After the practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is believed, I have to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin with the defense. This is cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, you gotta find some sort of contradiction in his testimony. I know that, Mr. Wright, Your Honor. I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it will bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling. I understand, Your Honor. In case this clown if you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Is it good? I heard that go from here.
I was thinking water.
It must be good as fuck, gulping the shit out of it.
I mean, it's cold water, so yeah.
Hold it. You just happened to glance out of the window? You could say that. You could also say it peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Keep pressing. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Plus, I need a reason to look out what windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Look at his face. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Yeah, wow. That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in our favor. I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside. Hold it. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say. Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. No! How'd you know I was gonna make a joke? I guess that the sound sounded like I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit, huh? What then? You wouldn't look outside the window and you saw... Hold it. Far away, you say? You gotta say exactly how far away were they. Let me think about that for a second. If everyone was here, and they looked about yay big, I said they were about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with the testimony regarding the two shadows you saw. Give me a second.
Okay.
Ding, ding, ding. Ding, mm, mm.
Wow.
What?
So I really, you know what?
What is it?
Nothing.
Nah, say it.
Nothing.
Say it.
Nothing.
You better say it.
Okay, it was this thingy that I saw somebody posted. I thought it was real, but she got trolled, so technically I kind of got trolled too. I just wanted to make everybody safe, but this was...
Oh yeah, that. Got your ass. That's a neck.
It's her fault. She posted it first.
Hold on, ma. She dum da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum dum stupid.
Oh my god. Bruh.
There he was. Okay. They were a bit far away. And he was wearing his cloak. Hold it. You say you saw the ringmaster getting clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. Huh? Here does enjoy the complete random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? A weapon? I had no idea. The weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime or the murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what happened. Waiting for you. A nice penalty. Damn, fat ass penalty. Look at all that red. Well, be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness does not see the crime? I got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason. Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Most said that he heard a sound like a thump on someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Motus stated that the following under oath. I kept watching and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. Oh wow, 5 people, I'm famous. Is anyone saying anything right now or no?
No, they're just watching.
If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out of the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. Why do you keep saying Fresh Prince of Bel-Air lyrics? Don't think I didn't see that. I saw it. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assentment? As they didn't commit, these clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown column. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? No. I was just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog. Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I look out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. Yeah, face down, ass bent over. Tiny's favorite position, anyways.
Right, exactly, like... Okay, anyway.
The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma. Tampering with the witnesses again? So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? By the way, tampering with the witness is a testimony, or tampering with them is wrong. So yeah. Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say. Mr. Curls! Your Honor. You did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of joke from you, I'll put you in a holding cell so you'll learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes. It is a decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. Alright, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. Wait a minute. Silk hat, black cloak. But why didn't you mention his flowers? You're sure that is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I got eyes like a hawk. Some birds have terrible night vision. But that's not all I saw. Nah, go back. Hold on, let me see something. Alright, I've seen enough. Hold on, objection. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo. Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yay, everybody get ready. All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention 1. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.14. What? Silence, fool. You have to respond with the whole truth, no fractions. Order. Mo, there goes the exposed music. You didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses in the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obviously it was too dark to see that kind of detail. Objection! But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Object. Oh. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses in the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Ooh, things are getting interesting. Now what am I supposed to think? I'm not supposed to disregard the pointless. But this... Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness stated the doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, this may be trivial, but it doesn't cast a doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. He seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in the next statement, I'm prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance.
How long is this thing?
What, the trial?
Yeah.
It should be almost over. And then we go on to the investigation, part 2. Need to search for stuff. Anyways, there's no doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all those other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing the entire time that he was on the scene. Wait a minute. I smell cap. I smell cappery. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance. I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Carl's statement, you better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I need. I think I know what it is. Hold on. It was right here. The silk hat. He was wearing it the entire time he was on scene. Are you sure about that? This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how I want to mistake a thing like that. I see. Exposed music. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Mr. Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. Crime scene? That means the silk hat fell off of the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No! That's not true! Order! 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 Mr. Curls? Yes, Your Honor? What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me doesn't mean it. Okay. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? Reminds me of a certain clown that I know. Italia. He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. Objection. The witness's testimony is so full of holes, Ms. Von Karma's protest is useless. Grr. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the crime scene? The answer was obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Always nowadays, sure you let the harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to the count of the story as how the criminal left the scene? Yes. There's only one set of footprints right here, see? Look at this picture. God damn it. That's Tiny after she got some good dick.
Right, every single time, man. Let me tell you.
The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints. In this photo, we could clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there.
Oh my god.
What? What?
Okay, so there wasn't nobody else's footprints besides that person.
Yeah, the person that's dead.
Alright, so let me okay, so the thing that's in my head right now is there was no murderer and the person collapsed and died.
Good theory, but no.
Oof, wow, okay.
There is a murderer, but we haven't found him yet. Oh,
Okay,
you
wait,
can...
so somebody shot him and then he took his last steps and then fell to the floor and died.
If he got... But look at the autopsy report. Anyways, it said he got hit over the head with like a blunt object or something. So it wasn't a gunshot. Or if people would have heard it and there would have been blood on the scene. There's no blood on the scene. Yeah. I can't wait till you find out who the real person is.
Oh my god.
So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, the witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of his witness testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came in court in. Wait just a second. You guys can ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse than before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls, yes, the testimony you've provided up until now has been false. It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Valkarma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order! Order! I will have order! Francesca Valkarma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls. Ha! You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste your time on your idiotic drivel. Alright, get ready, Nemo.
Oh boy.
Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I look out the window, the Wingmaster was down and the Max was standing above him. Nemo, after she got dick down. Anyways, he wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he... Bop. This is the truth. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there's no footprints. Fine people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why don't you believe me? Especially because it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? What he just said was so strange. I don't think he would have made it up. It means that he is telling the truth? That's what I think. Nick, wait. That means that Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Ah! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish dream. Bars. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. You imbecile! If you disregard the need for proof, Miss Montgomery's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. That's all concludes today's proceedings at this point. It is an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. Brogasm. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I just used invisible wires and had them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule. The cardinal rule. The only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break our magician's creed and never revealed the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find a flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. To be continued. Alright, the trial's over. Now on to investigating. December 29th, 303. Wright and Co. Law Offices. Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yeah, magic tricks are rather very different tricks. Right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pros did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. Huh. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? Ha! Wow! How'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. You will take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. I love her theme. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing. Alright, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes. Wait. Quit your whining. Let's just give it a shot already. Alright, let's go. Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, but Tria, this just isn't going to work. Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do then? Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trilo. What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course? I'm sorry. Secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, Trilo won't give up until I said... Please? Trilo wouldn't give up until I said we try out this idea for a new routine. So, we were trying to sing around for our new ventriloquism act. And around? You can really do that? That's incredible. See, even they are surprised by the idea. I told you. They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Once you've got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice. You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you. Ah, there it is. Now that I got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina. Let me go to the detention center. Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and get me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by. And since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, The Great Prison Escape. It will be aired live. Hey, that sounds like it will be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it will surely be an absurd addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking. But the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'm also supposed to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I have no choice. It will be a contractual obligation. That's show business. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off to the sky is just not something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous! A great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But I've won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I can simply not tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. Oh my, sweeties. Want to hear about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me. I'm really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I can tell it again. Viola, here, take a look at this. I just happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. That's the first stage that I've ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and die a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim. Wow. By the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. How to get thrown in jail? Alright, I think we're done here.
Is he gay?
I don't even know. I know that you already testified in court today. You want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes. Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted. Right, Ben? Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. But then we even said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols. What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben? What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now. Really? That's so sweet. She's 16! Anyway. But if you really wanted to see Regina, well, shouldn't you check out the tent? Ha! You wouldn't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Huh? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such a sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's the one of the best parts. Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya, she's so red she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. So how is this new routine working out? Will you two just take a chill pill already? Our routines are secret. We're gonna take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. That sounds incredible. But let me make one thing clear. We're not going to take on the worlds because that jerk said we should. That jerk. Max Galactica. Performers should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? Trilo, you seem to really be fired up about this. He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. You're right. You're right. Mark my words. I, Trilo Quist, will win the Grand Prix. You're the man now, doll. Row, row, row your boat will be the key to the glorious victory. Not to Rainier Parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best? Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You gotta be a part of this too. Alright, I guess I'm done here. December 29th, launching House Plaza. Oh, it's you two. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Just like Nemo. Anyways.
Huh?
You missed it. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much? Jessica really set you a bad time this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. And every time we definitely don't want her to show up, poof, here she is. Don't show up. 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 Looks like she's wounded him up pretty tight. She's directly above us as we speak. Huh? How's that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared from the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal. Oh, I see. Who lives in that room? Behind the window up there. The acrobat's got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Karma's gonna start our investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room. Got it, pal? Francesca von Karma. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Thanks for the info, Gumshoe. Let me go back here, I guess. Huh? Where's Regina? I don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No. I just, allergic to wild tigers. Yeah, this place is dirty as hell. Ah, right. Welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria. Yikes, he's in an awfully good mood. Alright, you know what time it is? Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this. It's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction. Buzz. Wrong. Try again. Okay. What do you think, girly? I got it. Okay. What's your answer? Because they're in this cafeteria. You're in the cafeteria. Exactly. It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. I did it. What's going on? He's being too nice. Ajax's answer. Ha. Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it? You're telling me I didn't think it was going to be so tough. Tough. Yeah, it's a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning, I had to smash watermelons. I told him what a great story, and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing. We even used the famed no shoes, no shirt, no service joke. Exactly! How can you not laugh at a stunning comedy like that? Are you 100% sure about your testimony today? I saw what I saw. I swear, that creep just flew through the air. It wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. That silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a Psyche-Lock. He must be telling the truth. This is strange. There's nothing on top of this stand. Look here, Max is written on it. It must be his VIP table. Isn't it a bit small to be a VIP table? And we're putting a 10-course meal on this. Well, he could still eat hamburgers, right? Bulletin board for, bulletins. Doesn't look like there are any useful clues posted here. Boring. Maybe we should just leave a juicy tidbit for someone to read. Juicy? You know, like a fake clue. Maybe something like, message from the killer. Give it up, Maya. You know Gumshoe would take it all seriously. Oh yeah, I forgot to show the picture. Ah, not this picture. He showed it to you guys too. Huh? You've seen it as well? No, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. Fag, fag, fag. Yeah, that's him. He really gets around. Hee. Oh yeah. He didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? He showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing's enormous. That's what she said. She. She. It's in the picture, I think. He made us worship it. Every day, he make us bow to his greatness. He's got a big bust. I wouldn't mind hearing what Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing.
How big we talking?
Such a horny ass up. Max's bust should have been on that small table over there.
Wow.
There's nothing over there. Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago. All of a sudden, the bust disappeared. It disappeared. If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there.
Ugly.
Max just had to put it up. Had to put the picture up. Hey, this thing really is cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Aww. Is there anything else that's changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this, or if he's setting up for a bad joke. Nope, I'm drawing a blank here. A quiet mo is a good mo in my book. I guess there really aren't any other things that I've changed, huh? Well, there is this one teensy tiny thing that does seem different. Tell us. Well, on the morning of the crime, over that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. Piece of paper. It's torn, so I wouldn't know what it said, but I could see its title. Yikes! It says, "To the murderer." Murderer? Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it has been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? The morning before the murder. Before the murder? Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? Interesting. We got some clues. Nick, I think you better follow up on this important lead. Thank you, retarded looking clown. I should talk to Max about this. I should show this to him, actually. Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company. It was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned into incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat. Skip to page. The fuck? 199,999. Okay, this man's picky about his porn. Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing? Let's see. Oh, I don't want to steal this fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Alright then, Max. Also, I think I know where it is. Hold on. Yep, it's still there. His coat. Max and the Ringmaster had their talk in this room. That could have been when the Ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why do you do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? This heat. Okay. This song's pretty heat though. Somebody should make a rap beat out of this. Anyways. I see you right there, a little note. Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper or something to the pocket of this tailcoat. You know, I got a feeling I know what that is. I bet that's the other half of the note that Mo gave us. Then let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it. It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer, I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Evidence! That's when the murder took place. Now we need to find out who called out the Ringmaster. Why does makeup? It's quite a collection, but... Let's move. But where to though?
I'm falling asleep.
Dang, I'm putting her to sleep.
No.
You just feeling sleepy tired?
Yeah.
You feel like going to sleep now?
I'm kind of falling asleep, so maybe.
Perhaps you just head to bed. I don't want to keep you up.
I'm trying to fight the sleep, but I can't.
What'd you find to sleep though? What'd you find to sleep though? What did you find to sleep for though?
Huh?
What are you fighting to sleep for though?
I don't want to sleep right now, but like, I'm falling asleep. I don't know why.
Try sitting up.
I keep rubbing my eyes, but it's not helping. I just, meh.
Sitting up helps keep you up longer.
Oh, I'm lazy. What time is it? It's almost 1. I thought it was already 1.
Nope, still 12.
I think I go sleepy time.
Alright, good night.
Good night, everybody. I'm sleepy today. Bye.
I'll continue this trial. Yeah, I'll continue this trial some other time. Probably tomorrow or the next day. Anyways, yeah, I'm in the stream now. I will talk to y'all later.